Yes, people, how's it going? Welcome back to Lilywhite Lane, and you are very welcome along to your Unbiased Premier League show on the channel, where we take a look at every single game coming up in the Premier League and predict them. But before we do delve into all of that good stuff, make sure, if you're new here, to smash that subscribe button, hit that like button as hard as you possibly can, and tap that notification bell so you'll be notified every single time we do release a brilliant piece of Spurs content. Up the Spurs, come on you Spurs, all that jazz. But anyway, today we're not going to be talking about Spurs as our main topic. We're going to be talking about the Premier League, the games that are coming up this week. And man, oh man, do we have some juicy fixtures to delve into. You know, United, Arsenal, always a historic big game. You've got the Merseyside derby, all that jazz this week. Some fantastic games that I'm absolutely buzzing to watch. And yeah, enough faffing around, enough waffling. Without further ado, let's delve straight into the video. Let's get predicting this week's games, as I say. Now look, we will start things off with the biggest game this week that does take place this Thursday. Obviously, I'll have it on another device in the background. This is the Spurs channel. Of course, we're going to be watching Spurs-Brentford, and we'll have your match review out, the whole shebang after the game, as I say, on the channel. But look, United-Arsenal on Thursday as well. 8 o'clock kickoff, I believe it is, 8:15. I'm not 100% sure. But look, at Old Trafford, it's a massive game, right? Rangnick's first game as United manager, right? You know, they've pressed that reset button, United. It's a new era for United, you know. Carrick's gone, Solskjaer's gone, the coaching staff have gone. They finally brought in someone in Rangnick who can really take them forward until they bring in a proper manager. Having said that, you know, I really wouldn't be surprised if Rangnick gets appointed full-time manager because he is so good. Versus Chelsea. Versus Arsenal. They played Chelsea on bloody Sunday. Versus Arsenal, right? As much as I hate admitting it on a Spurs channel, have been playing fairly well recently. Still got battered by Liverpool. I can't help but include that as a Spurs fan, you know. Can't give them too much credit. They're still rubbish, but you know, they have been playing quite well recently. It really does pain me to say that. It just hurts in my heart. But they have been playing well, picking up, you know, not massive results, not thrashing their opposition, but they are winning crucial games. 2-0 against Newcastle, against a tough side to beat under Eddie Howe, you know. 2-0 against Leicester, big win there. A 1-0 against Watford, you know. A massive 4-0 loss against Liverpool. But they have bounced back from that. And I think they're one of those sides this season who have no European football to, you know, focus on. So they're so fresh coming into the weekends. And that's why they look so good. That's why they look so good against Newcastle. They were quick, fast, compared to other teams such as Chelsea and United, who have obviously played midweek. So look, Arsenal, could they pick up all 3 points here at United? I wouldn't class myself as a Spurs fan if I predicted Arsenal to win a big game. So I'm going to have to go, it's a tough one. I think United 2-1. I honestly do believe United 2-1. I think Rangnick's first game, you got to think, this guy is so good. He constantly pressurises. Although, you know, he'll only have a few training sessions, his press is phenomenal. The way he presses the opposition is absolutely brilliant. His style of play. He's been managing for 40 years. He's the reason the Red Bull brand are where they are right now with Salzburg and Leipzig, right? He's the reason Leipzig are in the top 4. He was their former manager. He managed Salzburg for something stupid like 30 years. This guy is a fantastic manager. And if United give him the tools, they should employ him as a full-time boss because he is absolutely fantastic. I really do rate him. And I think they will get their first win. I think, you know, Arsenal, as good as they can be against smaller teams, I think that's partially down to them not playing European football. And when they come up against a proper side, I don't see them picking up all 3 points. So I'm going to have to go a 2-1 Manchester United win. But, having said that, I really wouldn't be surprised if this ends, you know, a 1-1 draw or a 0-0 draw. But anyway, United to pick up all 3 points. Moving on to the next big game of the week. It's not a weekend, it's midweek. I do love the midweek fixtures. It's the first sign of Christmas. Get your quality street, all your celebrations, whichever one takes your pick, whichever one you fancy, you know. Let's all be equal here. Let's all be fair. If you fancy some celebrations, go ahead. If you fancy the roses, go ahead. If you fancy the quality street, go ahead. If you fancy, I always miss that one. Heroes, that's it. They're the 4, right? But for me, you've got to go with the quality street. You've got to go with the quality street. But anyway, gone off topic there. You know, midweek fixtures are the first sign Christmas is here. It's you know, midweek fixtures under the lights. Get your tree up, get your decks up. Absolutely love it, love it. But anyway, Liverpool versus Everton. 4-0 Liverpool. Scratch that. 5-0 Liverpool. 5-0 Liverpool. And people say, you know, that's it's a bit harsh. I don't think it'll end that much. Honestly, the way their team is playing right now, absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Whereas on the other hand, Everton are absolutely atrocious. I think Rafa Benitez has come in and done worse than, you know, Carlo Ancelotti. Done lots worse than Carlo Ancelotti. He's been losing fixtures. He should be picking up all 3 points in, you know. His team have looked really poor and sloppy and defensive. And his style of play just isn't working at Everton this season. And I wouldn't be surprised if he loses this game by a massive margin like that. And fans are calling for him out. But look, former Liverpool boss, as I say, you know, good thing it's at Goodison Park, because I wouldn't like to see the reception and reaction he would have got if it is at Anfield. But look, Liverpool at the minute, they have got absolutely everything. They've got class in their team. They've got Mohamed Salah, who, in my opinion, right now is the best football player in the world. He is absolutely incredible. Absolutely. How do you control a football like that and score goals like that? It's like, it is not human. You've got him firing on all cylinders. You've got Firmino as well up top. You've got Mane. Those front three are just as good as they were in their title-winning season and Champions League winning season, Liverpool. And I just think they have far too much quality and far too much form. You know, 2 4-0 wins in a row against Arsenal and Southampton. Needed the break, as I say, after they beat United 5-0. I just don't see Liverpool being stopped in a minute. And it's going to take one hell of a team to slow them down. So 4-0 Liverpool, right? Moving on to the next one. Villa versus Manchester City at Aston Villa. This is going to be controversial. Manchester City, right? They're a team, they're on good form at the minute. They won in very snowy and tough conditions on the weekend. And then you've got Aston Villa. Everything feels fresh. Everything feels new. Steven Gerrard at the helm. 2 wins out of 2. This could easily be a 3-0 City and bring Villa back down to reality. But I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Aston Villa. Honestly, I really do believe they can do it. I believe at home, at Villa Park, fans drawing them on. They've got good form. They definitely got enough quality in their team with the likes of Danny Ings, Ollie Watkins on form, you know, Mings at the back, probably on the best form we've seen of him so far. They've got, you know, Buendia as well. They have got some class players in that team, again on good form. And I really do see them, you know, picking up 3 points here and then. We'll see what happens on the weekend when Gerrard returns to Anfield, because that'll be interesting. But I think Villa will win this one. I think Villa will nick 3 points, and I think Villa will take all 3 points. But having said that, City could easily, absolutely pace. So moving on to the next one, Wolves-Burnley at Wolves. Burnley, obviously, game being called off against Spurs on the weekend. Very frustrated about that. I've already voiced my opinion on that. But not much here. Wolves are on really good form, but a 0-0 draw against Norwich. I think that's down to Norwich being good under Dean Smith more than it is Wolves not being good enough. I think they're on good form. They do need to win, Wolves, but I don't think they'll get it. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, as it is Burnley. Then you've got West Ham versus Brighton. West Ham need a win here. They really do need a win. They need the confidence. And look, if they don't win and Arsenal do, Arsenal head into top 4. So it's a big game for West Ham against a good opposition in Brighton. But I'm going to go with a 2-0 West Ham win. I do think they'll win it comfortably. I'm expecting goals from Ben Rama and Fornals, I think. You know, Lanzini as well surely has to start the way he played, as I say, you know, on the weekend against City. He's played 2 games, one in Europe, one for them, and he scored in both of them. The man deserves his start. Lanzini to start. West Ham to win 2-0. Then you've got Chelsea versus Watford at Watford. Chelsea on 2 good form at the minute. 3-0 Chelsea for me, simple. Then you've got Southampton-Leicester. Leicester coming off a 4-2 win. Southampton coming off a 4-0 thrashing. Leicester have more confidence and the better team overall. I don't think they'll win it massively though, as it is at Southampton. So I'm going to go with a 1-0 Leicester win. Leeds versus Palace. Look, I still don't rate Leeds highly. I still don't think they're absolutely fantastic, and I still think they need form. I don't think they'll get it. You know, at Ellen Road, they could potentially pick up 3 points, but I'm going to go with a 3-1 Crystal Palace win. Goals from Zaha and 2 from Edouard. Really do rate him. And then Newcastle Norwich, the first game tomorrow. We've gone backwards with these. I ain't even done that on purpose. I've done it based on, you know, how good the game is, in my opinion. And I didn't even mean to do that. But anyway, Newcastle Norwich. Newcastle, they do need wins, but Norwich, under Dean Smith, have been really, really good. And we said it's going to need a miracle for, you know, a manager to come in and keep up Norwich. Maybe Dean Smith is that miracle. He's had 3 games, 3 tough games, you know, picked up 6 points and then 7 points against... I mean, no, he hasn't had 3 games because, not Tim Krul. Tim Krul's one of their players because Daniel Farke picked up... Daniel Farke picked up all 3 points in his... I didn't even mean for that to come out. Daniel Farke picked up all 3 points in his first game. Or his last game, I should say. I've gone completely off topic. And then Dean Smith picked up all 3 points. But look, good draw against Wolves, good defending. I think they'll win. Away at Newcastle, I'm going for a 2-1 Norwich win. And there you go. That is your lot. Thank you for watching. And as always, come on you Spurs. Come on the Premier League. These outros are getting longer and longer. But anyway, come on you Spurs. Come on the Prem. ENIC out. In Conte, we trust.